What's up, everybody? It's Stas here. Welcome back to another video. As you guys read in the title of this video, I just wanted to go over the couple of trades that I made this week so far and pretty much some other stocks and ETFs that I've been watching and keeping my eyes on as they're actively trending up. So the two trades that I made were in Gush and USLV. And for those of you guys that watched my previous video, I'll have a card up here. The top three stocks and ETFs that I'm watching for June of 2018. I pretty much called out Gush and USLV and McDonald's. Those are the three stocks slash ETFs that I called out in that particular video. And for those of you guys that are new to my channel, my name is Stas. I pretty much just document my whole entire journey in the stock market, whether it's swing trading, day trading, long-term investing, any philosophies, and pretty much just tips for all the beginners that are starting out in the stock market. So if you guys are interested in that, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And let's start right with the topic of this video. So like I said, guys, in my previous video, I talked about Gush, USLV, and McDonald's, and I actually took a position in all three of these, McDonald's being a more of a long-term investment, more like 1 to 2 month swing trade. But the other two guys, I already took profits on both of those, and I'm going to discuss where I took profits on USLV and Gush, and pretty much just talk about my plan and how I executed it as a swing trade. So we're going to look over here at Gush first. I already have it pulled up here on my Thinkorswim platform, and we could look back to the 180-day chart, and we could see that Gush is actively uptrending. It's trending above the EMA line, right? The EMA line is acting as a support level here. It's trending above the 50-day SMA line and the 180-day SMA line. So what this pretty much means, guys, is that Gush is actively uptrending and it's actively creating higher highs. So a stock or an ETF that you know is creating higher highs, trending above all these different indicators that we're looking at, it's obviously an uptrending, stock or ETF. So that's why I saw value in it to begin with, right? And to show you guys exactly where I got in, if we look closer to the 20-day chart, we see that, okay, it topped off at 47, right? And when we saw this huge dip from 47 all the way down to 34, that was a huge dip buy opportunity, a huge dip, right? And whenever we see a stock or an ETF take a huge dip like this, it obviously opens up a huge margin of profit. And for this particular ETF, it's obviously uptrending, right? And still, even after this huge pullback, it was still actively uptrending. And in my personal opinion, that's a very good very good buy point if a stock or an ETF pulls back a certain amount, right? A certain amount of percentage points, just like this one pulled back about, let's say, 20%, I believe. 25%. It's always good if a stock pulls back 20%, 15%, and it's still actively trending up. It's always good to look at it as a good buy point, if the stock is actively trending up, which in this case Gush was, and that's why I ended up taking advantage of it. So we see here, guys, like I said, it topped off at 47, took that huge 25% drop to about $33, and from there we started to see some consolidation. And in my previous video, I believe it was at about $35 to about $36. I got in Gush at about like $37 was my average position, I believe. And for those of you guys that were paying attention to the markets, yesterday, I believe it was on Wednesday, Gush had a 12 to 13% day, and I actually was able to cover about 11% profit on Gush. So if we look a little bit closer, let's go to this 10-day chart. We see that, okay, it bottomed off here and 529. So we see here May 29th, which was actually a Tuesday because the markets were closed on Monday. That's when I took my initial position in Gush, and then I actually added more, right, on Wednesday, which was yesterday when I had that 13% day, and I was able to ride it up to here, right about, I think I sold at about $39.96 to be exact with you guys. That's where I sold all of my shares. I had about a $3,000 position, and I took about 11% profit on this particular ETF. So that's why I just wanted to cover it very quickly for you guys. This ETF is still actively trending up, but since it had a huge day of about 13%, I just wanted to take my profits off of the board. There's never anything wrong with taking your profits early, right? Even though it's actively still trending up, I still took my profits just to be safe, right, guys? Just to be safe because it had a huge day, and I'm always looking to get back into an actively uptrending stock, but I just wanted to be safe, and take my profits but I'm still actually looking to take another position in Gush if I do see a good opportunity in it. So the second trade I made this week was regarding USLV, and this was a smaller trade as opposed to my Gush trade, which was about 11%. This one was smaller. I made about 4% on this particular trade, but 4% is still very good if you keep it consistent throughout the weeks, right? 4% a trade per week, that's 16% in a month. So that's very, very good. Don't really get discouraged if you're only making 2 to 3 to 4% on your trades, because that's very, very good if you're able to be consistent with it. So this one, like I said, was a smaller trade. And for those of you guys that don't know, USLV is an inverse ETF. They trade, its inverse is DSLV, and these two ETFs, they trade based upon /SI or the silver futures. And why I saw value in this particular ETF, which was USLV, was because, like I mentioned in Sunday's video, or my last video that I released, silver, the silver futures are following a very common pattern. As you can see here, drawn out by these trend lines, there's a clear support and a clear resistance where it's bounced, bounced many times. We see here, guys, this is a very valid support level for the silver futures. We see here right about $16.15. It bounced here once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times here at about 16.20. So that's a very, very solid support level. And here, guys, the resistance level right at about 16.80. That's very, very valid as well. Here it bounced once, about twice here at about 16.75, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Here it went up a little bit more. Here 6 times. So that's a very solid channel of silver futures from between 16.15 to about 16.80. And where we were looking at it in my previous video, we were looking at it at about $16.35 to $16.40. So we saw it bounced here at the support level, right? Now it's actively uptrending if we look a little bit closer here. And what that means, guys, is it's creating higher highs and creating higher lows. So here, the low here at 16.21, right? Another low here at 16.33, here at 16.40. It tested that same support here. And this is where we were looking at it on the video, on my previous video, right? And it was actually able to shoot back up to 1660, and that's where I was able to take profits on USLV, because like I said, guys, whenever these futures are going up in price, USLV is also going up in price. So I was able to get into USLV as the silver futures were at about $16.40 to $16.45, and how that correlates over to USLV. If we look a little bit closer here to the 20-day 1-hour chart, we can see here 529, which is on Tuesday, right? That's when the silver futures were at about $16.40. USLV was at about 975, and I think it took a nice little dip to about 960. Yeah, see here, 960. That was pre-market hours. It took another dip to about 970, right? And my average position on USLV was at about $9.70, and this was a 1-day swing trade. I bought here on Tuesday, right? Then I was able to sell at about $9.95, I think it was, or maybe $9.90. It wasn't too much of a profit gain, like I said, but still, guys, keeping it consistent, even if it's small gains over time, that's how you become a consistent trader in the stock market. So like I said, got in at about $9.70, right? Rode it up to about $9.95, and that was a 2.5–3% trade. I think I said 4% earlier in this video. It was actually a 2.5% trade. So that is what I did with USLV, guys, and that's pretty much the only 2 trades that I've made so far this week, right? So USLV and Gush, and I also took a position in McDonald's, but it was a smaller position, only $1,000, and I plan on holding that and adding more into that particular position. Let's pull that up. I plan on adding more to that particular position as time goes on, because I plan on holding this one probably close to a month to 2 months. So if you look a little bit closer on McDonald's, like I said in my previous video, this one's on an ascending uptrend pattern as well. It's creating higher highs and higher lows. We see here 148. The other low was at about 156. Then it tested that same support level, bounced up there, created another low at 160. So this one's actively uptrending, and that's why I see value in McDonald's, and that's pretty much what I've been doing so far this week in the stock market. Another ETF that's worth shouting out is UGAZ. UGAZ is a natural gas ETF, and it's the bull ETF, and it's in versus DGAZ, right? And these two trade based upon natural gas, and UGAZ actually did very, very good today. I did not take a position in this one. I wish I did, but all my capital is currently tied up. But I wish I took a position in this one, and we can see here, guys, and why I'm shouting it out and why I'm pretty much going over it in this particular video is because this is another one that's actively uptrending, and UGAZ is the bull ETF, so whenever natural gas is going up in price, obviously UGAZ is following that as well and is going up in price as well. So we see here, guys, natural gas is actively uptrending. It's making higher highs, higher lows. We see here it bottomed off at about 250, then another low here at about 256, another one here at about 260. And then here again at 270, and we saw a huge little dip here from about $3. It touched $3, I believe, a couple of days ago. I think that might have been last week, actually. Then we saw a huge pullback to about $2.85, and that would have been a good dip buy for you guys, since you know natural gas is actively uptrending and is still trading above the blue EMA line, right, the 50-day SMA line, and also the 180-day SMA line. So as it took a dip from $3 to about $2.85, 85 cents. I believe UGAZ was at about $62. That's where UGAZ was able to dip to as natural gas took that huge dip, and we saw here UGAZ hit $70, right? And this one's obviously actively uptrending as well because it follows natural gas. It follows the same chart as natural gas pretty much. So we saw here from $70, it took a huge dip to $62, I believe, and that opened up. Let's see how much profit that opened up. Wow, it actually took a dip to about $61.29. So shout out to anybody that was able to get into UGAZ, and you pretty much made a killing today. So we saw it drop 12% from $70 to $61, and from there, pretty much, guys, if you were able to get in, you know, we saw some strong consolidation here, and I think it had about it had a 7% day today, which is very solid, very, very solid. If you were able to get in at that consolidation point, you would be up 10% on your position in UGAZ, and that's very, very good. And again, shout out to anybody that was able to make a killing on UGAZ today. So pretty much that's the video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, the link is down below in the description. I post all my profits there. I'm trying to get more, you know, active on my Instagram, engage more with my followers. So if any of my YouTube followers want to follow me there, I would highly, highly appreciate it. Again, I post my profits, anything dealing with my channel, personal life, and pretty much things that I do throughout the day. It's all on that Instagram account. And for those new traders out there, make sure to do your own research when it comes down to investing in all these different stocks and ETFs. Do not just invest in them based on anybody else's opinion, because you want to be able to be self-sufficient in the stock market, be able to understand how to trade on your own, how to pick stocks for the long term on your own, because that's how you're going to be successful pretty much in the long term. So again, guys, feel free to drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Let's make some money today, guys. Hopefully everybody out there is killing their goals, crushing their dreams. Peace.